Hey guys, welcome to Critical Beauty. Today is November 20th, 2025. I'm in Bangkok, Thailand, and last night I just watched the preliminary show and also the national costume competition of the 74th edition of Miss Universe. Now, I have so many things to say, and sometimes, I really don't know where to begin. But I think, okay, maybe we can start with the national costume presentation. I thought the production was incredible. As you know, this year's production is being managed and coordinated by none other than Nawat Isaragrisil, who is the Miss Universe organization vice president of the Asiana division. In other words, he's responsible for all the administrative and bureaucratic stuff related to the Asian countries, that are competing for Miss Universe. So he was hired by the Miss Universe organization to organize and to coordinate all these activities. So if you have been following Miss Universe 2025 since it started in Thailand November 2nd, there's been an accumulation of scandals, if you want to call them, controversies here and there. I'm sure you've heard of them because they've become like world news. Okay, so I don't want to like talk about them at this point, but do your research. Just Google Miss Universe 2025 scandals and controversies, and I'm sure all these things will pop up on your screen. Okay, so going back to the national costume competition, I thought the stage was amazing. It was incredible. It was huge. It was huge. Okay, it was much bigger than I think the Impact Arena where Catriona Gray won Miss Universe 2018 in Thailand. Now this venue where the costume and the preliminaries took place is called the Impact Challenger Arena, which is not the same as the Impact Arena. So the Impact Challenger is much bigger. Okay, and actually the way the stage was set up, it was so big that even host Arbody Gabriel, Miss Universe 2022, even commented that she has never seen such a humongous stage. Well, obviously, you need a big stage to accommodate all 120 plus contestants from all over the world. Okay, so but I thought the background, the stage was phenomenal. They used a lot of LED lights, as you could, if you saw the preliminaries on YouTube, you can see the all the humongous LED decorations, flashing here and there everywhere. And inside the arena, there were actually, I think there were like six, yeah, there were six gigantic TV monitors. They were hanging, from both sides, from the left and the right side. So even if you're sitting way in the back, you could still see, the girls, the whole stage as being shown on the giant monitors. Now, unfortunately, okay, there are more empty seats than there are occupied seats. So people kept asking me, Rafa, what's going on? Isn't anybody buying tickets and for the prelims? But you know what? This happens every year. This happens every year. I think uh, more people are interested in attending the finals night rather than attending the preliminaries, because in the preliminaries you can just watch it, being live streamed, from the comfort of your home. And I mean, that's what I did last year. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I was actually in Mexico last year. Hello, what I'm talking about. No, 2 years ago, 2 years ago, I did watch the pageant, from El Salvador, during the live stream telecast, which is much better. But anyway, so going back to the national costume show, there were so many costumes that I really, really liked, and I couldn't miss Thailand's fabulous costume. As you know, Thailand, Veena Singh is one of the front runners, for the Miss Universe crown this year. And as soon as she came out of the stage wearing this fabulous costume, it's like a warrior type of costume. Oh my God, you could hear the entire crowd like screaming, cheering, yelling, Thailand, Thailand, Thailand. And it was just a wonderful feeling that you have all these Thai people cheering and supporting, beautiful Vina, the representative. And I thought one of the best costumes. Now, I would like to think that Venus costume was probably one of the best. I remember last year, I think they chose three best national costume winners, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe this year they will do the same. I mean, considering that there are 122 girls, and I mean, I don't think it's fair to just select one winner for the best national costume. I think they should have at least three. Okay, like like in this Grand International. So anyway, Venus Thailand's costume is phenomenal. I also like Myanmar's costume. I don't know if you guys remember, her costume. She's all dressed in gold, and she's carrying this big, humongous stringed instrument, like a guitar, but it's not really a guitar, but it's one of these like Southeast Asian instruments. It looked very heavy, and I thought, this is cool. I really like that. So anyway, I like the costume, and of course, the Philippines. I mean, for weeks and weeks and weeks, Filipino fans wanted to know what Atisa Manalo would be wearing as her national costume. I mean, I had some ideas myself, but when she came out of that stage, oh wow, she wore this very elaborate, what they call a mestiza dress, which is a Spanish influence. And somebody actually did a meme showing Atisa Manalo in her national costume side by side to Shansi Sup Sup's costume, when she was Miss Universe Philippines 2011. And there are many many similarities. The big skirt, the embellished top, the headpiece. But I thought Atisa Manalo's costume this year, I think, is much grander in scope and also is much richer in details. So anyway, Philippines costume is amazing. I forgot the name of the designer. I think it was Mac Tumang. I forgot, because Mac Tumang is also the designer of Atisa's preliminary evening gown, which I thought also was fabulous. Okay, now let me see what else. What other costumes did I? Let me just check my list here. I actually made a top 30 after seeing the girls perform. Not necessarily costumes, because I really, honestly, to me, the costume show is just irrelevant. I focus more on the swimsuit and also the evening gown. But anyway, so I made my top 30 list, and let me see. There, let me see. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be revealing my top 30 in ascending order. In other words, I'm going to start with number 30, and then work my way up to the top, to number one. Okay, so let me see. So at number 30, I have Miss Paraguay. Okay, as you know, there's a controversy involving her because apparently she is dating one of the judges for a Beyond Beauty uh, competition. Beyond Beauty, is it Beyond Beauty? Yeah, it's Beyond Beauty, which is a contest where the judges get to pick, I think, the top 30 uh, contestants who have the best advocacy or platforms, like Voice for Change and whatnot. So I think from these top 30 girls, they will eventually get to choose the top three winners. So anyway, the controversy about Paraguay is that she's dating one of the judges for this special contest. Okay, so um, if you want to call it controversy, but to me, I think it's not fair. Or rather, if you're a judge and you're dating one of the contestants, obviously it's a huge conflict of interest. Okay, and I don't. To me, that would be totally another video that I want to make. Is there's so many inconsistencies, there's so many irregularities. Ever since JKN and Raul took over the Mission Service organization 2 3 years ago, they have all been, the pageant, the competition itself has been reeking with so many, um, you know, um, like issues and problems and stuff that they're doing illegally, stuff they're not legitimate. Okay, if you follow me, by the way, on my Instagrams, once in a while I would post on my stories all these scandals and controversies related to the pageant, related to Raul. And I recently posted a reel which lasts about less than 10 minutes long, and it was actually compiled by Rodrigo Toy Tortua, I believe. I don't know if you guys remember or if you've seen the documentary on Miss Universe. It's called Cracks in the Crown. By the way, yours truly was also interviewed, and you can see my my segment in that documentary. So anyway, they interviewed Rodrigo Tortua. Rodrigo happened to be Raul's former right hand man. Rodrigo claims on this documentary that he was never paid by Raul, for his services, and not only that, but Raul treated him, and not only him, but all the other staff, also the women that worked for Raul, he sort of like verbally abused them. He emotionally abused them. He never paid them. Okay, so go watch this reel on my story. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna repost it maybe a few days from now so you guys can see it. And I'm also gonna post it on Critical Beauty Facebook page so, for the whole world to see. So I know after the pageant, okay, after the pageant, there will be a lot of chit chat. There will be a lot of chatter about the competition going on in Thailand. I bet you some of the girls who do not make the cut will come out with stories, okay, related to Miss Universe. I bet you 100% of these stories will do not give Miss Universe a favorable light. Okay, I mean that's my opinion. I mean it happens. It happens every year. Do you guys remember last year when Miss Argentina came out, spoke out against certain delegates, and also she trashed the Miss Universe organization because she thought the pageant was rigged. And guess what happened to her? Guess what happened? The Miss Universe organization instructed the national director of Argentina to dethrone Miss Argentina, Magali Benejam. I remember. So I felt bad for her just because she spoke of the truth, that she was dismissed, she was dethroned, for expressing her opinion. Well, anyway, so that's in the past, but I'm sure there's going to be countless stories that some of these girls will post on their Instagrams, on their Instagram account, on their Facebook or whatever, on their TikTok, etc. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'm actually looking forward to, to reading, their stories, all these drama that has been happening in Bangkok, since the pageant began, like almost like 4 weeks ago. Okay, so anyway, so that's the issue with Paraguay at number 30, because she is dating one of the judges. I think he's an American scientist or something. I forget his name. But actually, I saw him, my friends and I, at the lobby of the hotel of the Grand Richmond Hotel where the girls are staying. We actually saw him delivering this huge bouquet of flowers, and we knew right there and then that these flowers are not meant for Victoria, the current Miss Universe, but they're meant for Miss Paraguay, okay? His girlfriend, okay? Go figure. But anyway, regardless of her personal life, regardless of her personal story, I thought Miss Paraguay's performance deserves some recognition. I totally ignored her, during the first 2 weeks. But when she stepped on that stage during the prelims last night, wow, she was amazing. She wowed me both in the swimsuit and in the evening gown competition. Okay, so number 30 is Paraguay. My number 29, she was actually in my top 40, but she moved up, and she wasn't my favorite when she won her national title. Okay, and I bet you some of you know who am I talking about. Anyway, my number 29 is Miss USA, Audrey Eckert. Audrey delivered. You can say whatever you want, what she looks like, her face, the asymmetry in her, the asymmetrical features of her in her face, that her nose is too big, or she doesn't. There's no enough gap between her upper lip and her nose, and sometimes in her profile she looks like a witch. Whatever name you want to call her, whatever you think of her face, her performance was flawless. Okay, so I wanted to be objective, even though she was not my favorite for Miss USA. Nevertheless, I thought she performed amazingly. Okay, although in the evening gown competition, I wasn't exactly sure what to think of her. Was it lavender or purple? Yeah, I think it was a purple gown that she wore. It had, I think, is it like one sleeve, one long sleeve, and the rest is just like nothing. But I thought it suited her complexion very well. Okay, and she was just so effortless. Okay, so go USA number 29. My number 28 is, believe it or not, she was also off my radar. Okay, but she really impressed. She started impressing me during the swimsuit show presentation that was held in Pattaya, like last week. So this girl is from Asia, and she is Miss Universe Laos. Okay, She is. I saw her in person at the lobby, and I thought she looks much better in person than on the videos or on photos on her social media. So yeah, Laos made my top 30, and she's number 28. Number 27 for me is again one of my favorite European girls is Estonia. So as you know, like a few days ago, I think she commented that uh, you know, she doesn't think that the competition is 100% fair. I mean, she didn't say exactly those words, but somewhere along those lines, because she was commenting on how the judges were selected, etc. But she never said the competition is rigged. No, she didn't say any of that. Okay, but anyway, I thought her performance during the preliminaries was amazing. And oh my god, another costume that I really liked was Estonia's costume. She was wearing a wolf. She had a wolf headpiece, and she had some like fur dangling, from her shoulders. I just hope to God they're fake fur and not real fur. Okay, but anyway, I thought she was amazing. And this girl is tall. Okay, with heels on, she's like almost like 6 feet 3. Okay, and she's your typical living Barbie doll, and she's just beautiful. She's just gorgeous. Although I still have to see her in person, like close up, face to face, because she and I had been interacting before she arrived in Thailand, and she follows me, she follows my page and whatnot. But I think she was also amazing. So she's what Estonia is number 27. Now number 26, I think she went down a few notches. Is Miss India. Okay, as much as I like Monica, I think there's something lacking in her. I think she had more energy when she was doing her performance during the swimsuit fashion show in Pattaya, because you could tell that she was enjoying herself, that she perfected her catwalk. But last night there was something missing. I mean, I do love her costume, I do love her evening gown, but something during the swimsuit competition, I think she seemed less energetic, and I don't know why. And I did see her in person at the lobby of the hotel, and close up. I mean, I really have to be very honest. Okay, I think she looks much better on her videos and on her photos than in person. Okay, um, I don't know if she uses Face app or any of these Photoshop, editing apps, but I thought I wasn't really impressed by her like close up face. But other than that, I think she aced the interviews, because, as you know, Indian beauty queens always do very very well. Okay, during the one-on-one interviews with the judges, so I think she will definitely make the cut, the top 30. But for now, she went down a few notches, only based on what I saw in person. Okay, and also on her performance last night during the prelims. But she's gonna be there. Number 25 is El Salvador. El Salvador, as you know, competed in Miss Grand International 2024. She made the top 20, and she is much fiercer than ever before. And I expect El Salvador to really be in the top 30. Okay. Oh, also too, she's very very striking in person. She's like tall, very elegant, and she's like what 2021 or something like that. So she's fresh, she's young, but man, she is a professional. Number 24 on my list is Dominican Republic. Okay, let me tell you about Jennifer Ventura. Um, okay, so uh, I think she looks much better with her hair straight, because when she competed last night during the preliminaries, she had she did something with her hair that's different. I think she had more curls. Okay, and I don't think curls suit her face. I think I prefer her wearing like a straight hair. But anyway, man, she has one of the most incredible bodies, swimsuit bodies, in the group, and she really rocked that stage in the swimsuit. Now, also in the evening gown, and I think I don't know where I'm not sure whether or not she's gonna go beyond uh, top 30. I mean, maybe I wouldn't call it a long shot, but if she's lucky, she could eventually make the top 12 uh, list. But I don't know. Anything can happen. We don't know between now and what the judges are thinking. So who knows? I mean, I may be wrong. My number 23 is Cuba. Okay, Cuba was originally in my top 15, but again, she went down a few notches because only because I did not care much for her evening gown. It wasn't. It was ordinary. It just wasn't her. But other than that, I think she aced the swimsuit competition, and I also believe, or I'd like to think, that she also did well during the closed door interviews with the judges because her English is fluent. I mean, she was born and raised in America, okay, and she's a Cuban American, and her English is very eloquent. Like I don't know if you guys saw the video of her being interviewed by Adam at the airport when she arrived. She was very engaging. She welcomed all sorts of questions from the vloggers, and she's also super tall. You know, with heels on, she's about 6'2" or 6'3". And also, I also, by the way, I met her mother, Lilia Stefan. Lilia Stefan is one of the co-hosts of this Hispanic uh, uh, entertainment TV entertainment show, which is called El Gordo y la Flaca. And I've been watching El Gordo y la Flaca for so many years, so I know Lily Stefan. So anyway, when I saw Lily Stefan at the lobby of the hotel, you know, this was like 2 nights ago. This was when the girls were arriving from rehearsals, and they were coming out of the elevator one by one, you know, to greet the crowd. And then Miss Cuba, you know, came out, and it was just so emotional to see mother and daughter, you know, saying hello to each other. I mean, they didn't. Did they really? Did they embrace each other? I don't remember because there was so much chaos and confusion going on in the hallway. But I think I thought, and when I noticed, actually, Lily Stefan was right behind me. I was like vlogging. I was like taking, you know, videos of all the happenings, you know, at the lobby. And when I saw her, and I turned, you know, turned to her and said, "Oh my God, you're Lily Stefan. You're Cuba's mother, right?" Ah, yeah, yeah. I was like, "Viva Cuba, Viva Cuba," and she loved it. I thought, "Yeah, thank you so much for," and she gave me like she blew me some kisses and whatnot. Thank you for supporting Cuba. And one of her colleagues, another Cuban, gave me a little Cuban flag, which is here. So Viva Cuba, Viva Cuba, Viva Cuba. So I thought she was just phenomenal. I love Lily Stefan. I love Cuba. I really do. So anyway, she's on my number 23, and I really hope that you know, she could gain a higher position because, you know, again, to me these are all just my impressions of what happened during the prelims. So I could be wrong. Cuba could be in the top 30 or maybe not. Who knows? But she's definitely in my top 30. Number 22 for me, this girl, I didn't pay attention to her when she was even crowned. Okay, when she won her national title. Actually, no, she was not the original Miss China. Okay, I think she was the first runner-up. But anyway, the original Miss China could not make it to Thailand, so they gave it to the first runner-up. And man, Miss Universe China, she walks the walk and she talks the talk. Okay, it's been a while since China, I think, made the cut in Miss Universe, but I have a very strong feeling that China this year is going to make the top 30 or even rise to the top 12 position. This girl is just full of surprises. Everybody loves her. All the vloggers follow her everywhere she goes. And she is just amazing. She's just phenomenal. So go China. Number 21 on my list is Miss Israel. Okay. Um, you know, I feel I've had several chats with Miss Israel, Melanie Shiraz, and in a way, I really feel bad for her because she's been telling me, you know, Rafa, ever since I came to Thailand, I feel like I'm being ignored only because only because of my Israel sash. And, you know, of course, you know about the conflict between Israel and Palestine. And, you know, of course, Miss Palestine is also here competing. So she feels that she's being ignored by the media because she thinks that the whole world is against Israel. And I keep telling her, listen, okay, ignore your critics. Just focus on the competition, and smile as much as you can. Not just do this or like this. Smile ear to ear, like that. Okay, this is the only way that you will attract people and more viewers. Okay, so you know, I gave her some tips because she felt really kind of like down, so you know, I needed to cheer her up. But okay, so this girl is also very smart. She went to UC Berkeley. Okay, she has a major in I think it's a digital information or computer or whatever or statistics, but she is very eloquent, very smart, and the only thing. that I would have loved to see her do more is to be more engaging. So I told her, listen, if any vlogger comes up to you, okay, and wants to interview you, open up your heart, engage in the conversation, and that's exactly what she did. Okay, so when the girls went to Pattaya and to Phuket, you know, vloggers like Adam G went up to her, and she literally pretty much took over Adam's live at that time, and people started noticing her, how eloquent she is, how beautiful she is, and they started liking her. So in a way, that boosted her self confidence. And also last night during the preliminaries, she aced the swimsuit competition. She has a great firm body, well toned, and also her evening gown coloring. Wearing the Israel colors, the flag of Israel. I thought was appropriate, was phenomenal. So yeah, go Israel, number 21. My number 20 is Belize. Belize from day one when she was crowned Miss Universe Belize, I thought, girl, you are going to make the top 30 for sure. Okay, it's been a while since. Wait a minute, the Belize? Oh yeah, Belize I think made the cut many many years ago, like decades ago. Okay, so I think it's time for Belize to make the cut because this girl is beautiful. She's tall. She's very elegant. She's very eloquent, and I mean you can't miss her. Every time she walks in, in the lobby of the hotel, like people look at her like, who is this beautiful, gorgeous young woman? Okay, like she literally turns heads. Okay, so yeah, go Belize. Number 19, she was also off my radar. Is Miss Brazil. Okay, she Miss Brazil to me, I think she's a silent killer because she wasn't really delivering during the first 3 weeks of the competition. But man, last night during the preliminaries, Miss Brazil gave it all. She's not your typical Miss Brazil, okay? Now, mind you, Brazil has not placed in Miss Universe, I think, in the last 3 or 4 years, if I'm mistaken. I think the last one was in 2020 when Julia Gama was first runner up, okay? But after that, Brazil has not really placed. So something's wrong. Either some of the past Brazilian girls were not really well prepared, or yeah. So whatever was the issue was, they did not come 100% prepared. But this girl, the Miss Brazil this year, totally caught my attention, and that's why she is my number 19. Number 18 on my list is Indonesia. I love Indonesia. I think she's very sassy. During the swimsuit presentation show in Pattaya, she was acting like as if she were a contestant, in Miss Grand International. Because I don't know if you guys saw her performance. She was doing it, the we're number one," and she also was blowing kisses, to the camera. And I said to myself, "Girl, you're in the wrong competition. Okay, this is Miss Universe. This is not Miss Grand. But should you want to compete in Miss Grand, you have the qualities that they're looking for. Exactly. She's very performative, and I saw her in person too at the lobby, and she is beautiful. All the Indonesian fans, were cheering for her. We're supporting her and whatnot. So yeah, go Indonesia. Number 18. Number 17. This girl was also way below my list, but she jumped up is Miss Croatia. Oh my God. Croatia, Laura Njatovic. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. Anyway, Laura, she's like the tallest girl in the competition. She's about, on stocking feet without any heels, she's about 6 feet 3. Okay? I think she's the tallest contestant in the history of Miss Universe so far. Okay, so yeah, she's about 6 feet 3. But when I saw her at the lobby, she was wearing like a 1 inch heel. And when I asked her, "Okay, honey, do the pasarela for me," and she goes, "I can't do the pasarela, with 1 inch heels." Girl, you're a professional. Don't complain. Just do it for me. And whoa, lo and behold, she did her pasarela 100% perfection, even with 1 inch heels that she wasn't used to, but she did it anyway. And then I thought that was phenomenal. And, Croatia, and she's very eloquent. And also, by the way, she's a nurse. So she saves lives. And I thought, girl, you're on my list. You automatically made my list because you're so engaging. You're beautiful in person, up close, and whatnot. So yeah, Croatia is on my list, and I hope to God Croatia comes back, to place in the semifinals. Now, after Croatia, at number 16 is Argentina. The first time I saw Argentina at the lobby of the hotel, man, this girl looks like a Barbie doll. Okay, I mean, I think she had like dark blonde hair with some blonde highlights, and her face is flawless. Her face is perfection, and she's like vava voom sexy, and you could see that in her performance at the preliminaries last night, both in the swimsuit and the evening gown. So I love Argentina. Um, I think she's prettier than Miss Argentina last year. But anyway, good luck to Argentina this year. And I think if she plays her cards very well, who knows? She might duplicate or even surpass Argentina's top 12 placement last year. Who knows? But go Argentina. Number 15, one of my favorite European contestants is Czech Republic, Michaela. Um, Michaela started following me because I guess somebody told her, "Oh, you need to follow Rafa on Critical Beauty because he's amazing. He's fabulous." Okay, whatever, etc. So she started following me, and I followed her back. And ever since that was like a month ago, and ever since she would post something, she would tag me, and of course, I would share her stories on my social media and whatnot. And this girl is just phenomenal. She's just so warm, very what is the word I'm looking for? Very bubbly. She's always smiling. She's always very friendly, and she's very affectionate. Like for the first time 2 nights ago at the lobby, we saw each other, and she immediately recognized me, like Rafa. So we gave each other a big hug, and she's just I think she looks much better in person than on videos or on in her pictures and stuff. And she's also very tall with her heels on. I think she's about 6'3" almost. Okay, but she has one of the best swimsuit performance, and also her evening gown was to die for. It was like kind of like very avant-garde, very high fashion. And she's a professional model, and she's a mother. She's 27, and she is a mother. She doesn't look like a mother, does she? But anyway, to me, Michaela is probably the best Czech representative so far, in Miss Universe. And I can't even remember the last time the Czech Republic plays. Do you? Let me know. Comment below. But anyway, Czech Republic, number 15. Number 14 is Curacao. Um, what can I say about Camille Thomas? Camille is it's just something about this girl that is so heartwarming. I mean, I could sense her sincerity, her humility, and she's very soft spoken, always well dressed. She literally lights up the room every time she walks in the room. And I think it's time for Curacao. Maybe she's a dark horse. I don't know, but Curacao, of course, made the top five. What in 2022 when Albany won, and I think there's a strong possibility that Curacao could reach the top five. Who knows? Who knows? But for me at this moment, she is my number 14. My number 13, she went down a few notches, is Costa Rica. Okay, when she was crowned Miss Universe Costa Rica, I thought, okay, my God, this girl has one of the most beautiful faces, in the competition. And when I saw her in person, I was like, oh my God, she looks even much prettier in person. Okay. But for some reason she was not as dynamic or energetic at the prelims last night. Something was missing. I really couldn't pinpoint what it is exactly, but something's missing. But anyway, I think she will still make the cut, um, because she has a lot of followers, and who knows? I mean, she speaks very very well, and who knows? Maybe the judges love the way she interviewed. That's all I can say. But other than that, she has one of the most beautiful faces, in the entire competition. So go Costa Rica. Number 12, she jumped several notches on my list. Is Miss Malta. Okay, Juliet Clapp. Can we talk about Juliet? Okay, I saw her 2 nights ago at the lobby. One of the tallest contestants. I think she, Croatia, Czech Republic, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. I think they're always 6 feet tall or over. So anyway, Julia um, is just she reminds me of a Hollywood star. I think Julia should move to Los Angeles and maybe try her luck in the movie industry because she's just gorgeous. She's just super, super stunning in person. And man, that catwalk during the swimsuit presentation in Pattaya, wow, that to me, I posted on my Instagram. This is the biggest revelation of the day. Miss Universe Malta. Look at the way she walked. She aced the whole thing. She was fierce, and she did even better in her swimsuit and the evening gown doing the prelims last night. So I would be so thrilled and happy if Malta made the cut for the first time, because Malta has been competing in Miss Universe for like what, 50 years or so, and they have never placed. Can you believe it? They have never placed. So I think it would really break my heart if Malta did not place, because she truly deserves to place this year. And she also has an amazing director, Alan Darmanin. Good job on your girl. Number 11 for me, she went down a few notches, is Chile. Ina Mall. Ina Mall, another living Barbie doll, tall, blonde, blue eyed. As you know, she was involved in a controversy because I don't know if you guys remember, but she did this reel, this TikTok reel with her makeup artist, and her makeup artist told her, "Well, why don't you pretend as if you were smoking cocaine with that makeup powder?" You guys remember that one? So it went viral. Okay, so we don't know whether or not that video is going to hurt her chances, in the competition. But you know what? Who cares? I don't think they were being judged on some silly, stupid, TikTok reels. Okay, so I think they're all going to base her performance on the prelims last night. And my God, Ina Mall delivered. She has wonderful stage projection, great choice of evening gown, and also she likes to talk. She's very eloquent. She's very articulate, and man, and also you cannot miss those this baby blue eyes. I think she has one of the most gorgeous baby blue eyes. Okay, I mean you just don't want to listen to her. You just want to look at her beautiful face and stare at her. I mean, you don't care about what she's saying to you. You just want to stare most of the time at her beautiful face and those big baby blue eyes. So Chile is my number 11. Okay, top 10. Top 10, top 10, top 10. My number 10 is Haiti. Okay. Miss Universe Haiti 2025 is Melissa Sapini. Melissa Sapini is actually an American girl. She actually lives in the town next to my town in Massachusetts. She was Miss Massachusetts USA 2024, and she made the top 10 in Miss USA 2024. Okay. The other day, I bumped into her mother. I didn't even know that was her mother. I bumped into her mother. I forget her name. Sorry. Her mother, oh my God, they could be sisters because her mother doesn't look anything like a mother. Okay, she has this great sexy body. Okay, and I was just telling her daughter about Melissa. Oh yeah, Melissa and I met in Los Angeles last year during Miss USA. I immediately knew that she was going to make the cut, at least top 10. I think she should have been in top five. Okay, I said, oh yeah, that's right. I totally agree with you, Rob. My daughter should have made the top five. Okay, but you know what? Last night I saw Melissa again at the lobby. It was very late, like 1:30 in the morning, with her boyfriend, who, by the way, came to Thailand to surprise her. Little did she know, he popped up in Bangkok, and then he came by to see her with a bouquet of flowers. And I think he's going to propose to her. and I jokingly and I jokingly told Melissa, oh, and also the boyfriend, why don't you get down on your knees, and if you have that ring, give it to her? And Melissa just cracked up. I thought it was a very, very cute moment. But anyway, going back to her performance last night, by the way, at the prelims, I thought Melissa again delivered. Haiti, it's been a while since Haiti made a cut. Okay, I think it's time for Haiti again to be to place in Miss Universe. Oh, I think Haiti placed in 2022, if I remember, when Albany won. Yeah, I think Haiti placed like 3 years ago. But anyway, I hope Melissa can surpass that achievement. Okay, she truly deserves a top 10. Oh, not only because I'm not saying that because she and I both come from the same state. Okay, I'm saying that because she was simply phenomenal, and she rocked that stage. Her wardrobe is flawless, it's impeccable, and she's a real queen. She's just a real queen. So I want Haiti to make the top 10. Number 9, Turks and Caicos. Okay, from day one when she arrived in Bangkok, Turks and Caicos impressed me with her eloquence, with her grace, her poise, and she's always very well dressed, people love her, especially the Latinos, because I think she's of Dominican descent and she speaks Spanish fluently. She speaks some Filipino. Okay, she impressed some of the Filipino vloggers with a few Filipino words. So I thought that really, caught their attention. But I think Turks and Caicos is one of the best representatives from our island country to compete in so many years, and she deserves a spot in the top 10 or top 30. Number 8 is my favorite contestant from Europe. She's Miss Netherlands. Natalie, Yasmin, and I have known each other since her Miss Grand International days. Yes, she did compete in MGI, I think back in 2021, and she made the top 20. So she came back. She competed in Miss Universe Netherlands last year, but oh no, 2 years ago, but she placed first runner up, and I was so disappointed. But you know what, girl? But you know what? There's a reason for everything. It wasn't your time. So when she competed again, Miss Universe Netherlands this year, she finally won, and I was like the most ecstatic and happiest person ever because she truly deserves to represent Netherlands on the Miss Universe stage. And now she came to Bangkok. Everybody loves her. She's gorgeous. Last night, when the camera focused on her face, especially wearing that beautiful fiery red evening gown with ruffles, I thought, man, this girl deserves at least a top 10 spot. Okay, or maybe even better. Who knows? Uh, I think it's been a while since Netherlands made the cut. I believe, if I remember correctly, the last time Netherlands placed was back in 2014 with Yasmin. I think her name is Yasmin. She was, I believe, third runner up. Fourth runner up was Jamaica. Third runner up was Netherlands. Yeah. Okay. So 2014 was the last time Netherlands made the top five, and I think yes, Natalie of the Netherlands deserve at least a top 10, and who knows, maybe a top five. Number 7. Okay, this girl, I saw her last night at the hotel lobby, very late, along with her the entire team. Is Miss Guadeloupe, Ophélie Mizino. Ophélie, as you know, competed as Miss France in Miss World 2019, and she was first runner-up to Jamaica's Tony Ann Singh. And man, you know what? Ever since she arrived in Thailand, she has been experimenting with her looks. Like there are days where she would fix her hair like in a bun, or like a little pulled back. But you know what? I think she looks much much better with her natural Afro hair. I think. So when I saw her last night, I with her afro, I knew right away, even without her face turning, I knew right there and then. Okay, that's Guadeloupe. Okay, you can tell by her big afro hair, and she was surrounded with her, by her family and her team, and she got very emotional, because they were all supporting her and cheering for her. Now, of course, Guadeloupe has not placed in Miss Universe, not that I know of. Yeah, I don't think so. And this is the first, and I think Guadeloupe can easily make the top five. I really do because of her experience with Miss World. Okay, um, but and I was able to take several selfies, several photos of Miss Guadeloupe, which I'm going to post on Instagram on my social media later on. And she's just amazing. She's beautiful inside and out. And by the way, since I speak French, I was able to speak French with Miss Guadeloupe, and I thought that was very refreshing. I told her, "T'es canon, t'es belle, t'es magnifique, je t'adore, t'es une vraie déesse." And of course, her family understood what I was saying. That you're adorable, you're amazing, you're hot, and you're a goddess. And they all laughed and smiled. I thought that was really very very cool. So Guadeloupe is my number 7. My number 6 is Philippines. Atisa Manalo. Okay, Atisa was actually way below in my top 30. Okay, but people have been like complaining, oh, where is Atisa's energy? It's just kind of like very low key. She doesn't want to talk to vloggers. She doesn't want to talk to people. I mean, sure, she says hello and waves at fans, but she's not very engaging. And she's very aloof, offstandish, all these words to describe Atisa since she arrived in Thailand 3 weeks ago. But you know what? I think I think it's her strategy. Okay, Atisa is saving all her energy doing for the preliminaries, and it worked. It worked. I have never seen Atisa so fierce than when she came out on stage last night in swimsuit. Okay, and also in the evening gown competition. She was flawless. She was perfection. Okay, Now, the reason why I did not put her in top five is because I still have little doubt about how well she communicates, with people, because a lot of people know that one of her weaknesses is her communication skills. But I'm hoping that she impressed the judges during the one-on-one interviews, because I really want to see Philippines make the top five again. Okay, and I really believe that she can, pull it up. So I'm wishing Atisa the best of luck, and whatever happens on November 21st in the finals, I really believe again, there's a reason for everything, and if Atisa makes the top five and eventually wins, I would be very, very happy and ecstatic. Being Filipino, I'm proud of my Filipino heritage. I'm proud of my Filipino queens. You know, and I really, really pray to God that you know always choose the best candidate, the best queen, because there can only be one queen. There can only be one winner. And you know what? Regardless of what happens, everybody is a winner. Anyway, once you win your national title, you're already a winner. Okay? So to all of the girls out there who are worrying, who are suffering from anguish or something, and wondering whether they're going to make the cut, regardless whether you make the cut, you are already a winner. The fact that you've been in Thailand for almost 4 weeks, and you've been faced with so many obstacles and tribulations and trials, and you didn't quit, you didn't leave, to me is proof that you are a real winner already. Okay? So good luck to Atisa Manalo, Miss Philippines. My number five. Okay, she actually gained a few notches. Is Miss Puerto Rico. Miss Puerto Rico, I've always been very, very drawn to people who have who have great musical talent, dance talent, or any type of artistic talent. As you know, Puerto Rico is a professional ballet dancer, and you could tell that she's a dancer during her performance on stage last night. She was just gliding. In the evening gown competition, she was just gliding, and her national costume, she wore she was a hummingbird, and she was like dancing like a ballet dancer, and I thought, to me that was like, I was blown away by her national costume performance, and I wouldn't be surprised if Puerto Rico ends up winning at least one of the top three best national costumes. Okay, she's just beautiful. She's very graceful, and especially the way she glides on stage, with her ballet um, qualities, ballerina qualities. I thought amazing, and plus also she speaks very, very well. So I wouldn't be surprised if she wowed the judges with her eloquence during the one-on-one interview. Okay, with them. So yeah, Viva Puerto Rico, go Puerto Rico, and I love, love, love Puerto Rico. Number four, my sentimental favorite is Ecuador, Nadia Mejia. Okay, as you know, Nadia has a very strong pageant experience. She was Miss California Teen USA and then Miss California USA 2016. She made the top five in Miss USA 2016. She moved to Ecuador, competed in Miss Universe Ecuador last year for the first time. She placed first runner up. She did not give up. As you know, real queens, if you want something really badly, you keep coming back until you win. And lo and behold, that's exactly what Nadia did. She went back to Ecuador earlier this year, signed up for Miss Universe Ecuador, and guess what? She won. She won, and she comes to Thailand, wowing everybody with her bubbliness. She's always very cheerful, waving kisses at everybody. She's always very affectionate and whatnot. So when I introduced myself, oh Nadia, I'm Critical Beauty, blah blah blah. I've been following you since you're Miss California USA and stuff and everything. And then she goes, yeah, I was Miss California USA, but now I'm working to accomplish bigger things. So that means Miss Universe 2015. if Ecuador wins Miss Universe, I'm sorry, Miss Universe 2025, if Ecuador wins 2025, I would be very, very ecstatic. Okay, because Ecuador has never won Miss Universe. I think their best performance was, I believe, in 2013 when they placed second runner up with Constancia Mejia, I think, I remember. So, yeah, so I think it's time for Ecuador to win Miss Universe. If she doesn't win Miss Universe, again, whatever happens, it's God's will. Who are we to decide? I think the winner is already written in the stars. So there's really no need to stress out who's going to win. Okay. But I think Nadia has a very strong chance of winning Miss Universe for Ecuador. Now, top three. My number three, actually, she went down a notch, is Colombia. Okay. So, Vanessa Pulgarin, when she won Miss Universe Colombia, I was ecstatic. I was very happy because she was the best, simply. Amazing body, amazing catwalk, amazing communication skills. And she did not disappoint. When she came to Thailand, she even improved 1,000 times better. Okay. I mean, up close, whatever you see on her photos and her videos reflect the reality in person. I think she's even much prettier in person, like up close. Okay. She's very engaging. She's very, very cariñosa. She's very, very affectionate to her fans, to the public, and whatnot. So I wouldn't mind if Colombia wins Miss Universe, but for some reason there's something missing. I really can't point out exactly what's missing with Colombia. But anyway, I think she deserves the top three spot. So that's why she is my number three. Okay. We'll see. So the last two girls standing for me, number two would be Cote d'Ivoire, Olivia Yasse. Okay, Olivia Yasse, I saw her last night at the lobby without makeup, and she was walking, in slippers. But man, her body, she's like very well toned, very slender. She moves like almost like a gazelle, like very gracious, very elegant. Even without her competition clothes on, but she was just amazing. She's very engaging. She's very mild mannered, very polished, well educated. She has a huge support from her country, from Cote d'Ivoire. Her entire, I think she brought her entire family here in Bangkok, so they're going to be cheering wildly for her. What can I say? This is Cote d'Ivoire's, I think, second time to compete in Miss Universe, and I wouldn't mind if Cote d'Ivoire wins because she truly deserves, because she missed out on Miss World 2021. She placed second runner-up when Poland won Miss World 2021, and then she came back with a bang. Cote d'Ivoire returned with a bang in Bangkok, bang in Bangkok, and she is ready. She is ready to claim that crown on November 21st. So, allez Côte d'Ivoire, vive Côte d'Ivoire, girl Olivia. I think you've got this. Now, do you want to know who my favorite is? Of course, you already know, right? Hello, Thailand. So, my favorite for the Miss Universe crown is Thailand. Pravinar Singh, or what her fans call her simply as Venus Singh. From the moment she won Miss Universe Thailand, I said to myself, she is going to win Miss Universe 2025. Not because she is the pageant is being held in her country, but you can she reminds me of Denise Quinones. Remember Denise Quinones, Puerto Rico? She won in her own country, in Puerto Rico, in 2001. So I think history can repeat itself. Thailand could win in her home turf, and there's no doubt that Vina has been very consistent from day one. Every time she appears in public, she's always well dressed, looking very polished, always smiling, always blowing kisses. She's always very elegant, very graceful, and she's something about her that is so serene. I think she always carries this ethereal aura around her, and that's what draws people to her attention. Everywhere she goes, woo, Thailand. She could be in the parking lot, and people will still follow her. She could be in the bathroom and people still follow her. All the paparazzi, okay, we want you. So yeah, to me, Vina Thailand is my Miss Universe 2025. She may, there are maybe some people out there who may not like her or he may not, see her as a winner. But I think to me, she is the perfect girl to wear the 2025 Miss Universe crown, and for all the right reasons that I mentioned. Okay, so yeah, so those are my top 30. And what do you think? Do you agree with my choices? Let me know. Comment below. I want to hear your opinions, okay? I want to hear your thoughts on who you think are your favorites. Who do you think is going to win Miss Universe 2025? Okay? So listen, thank you for watching this video. And if please, if you haven't subscribed, please do so right now. We need to we need to have this channel grow. Remember, this is not only my channel, it's also yours. So let's keep this channel, grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. Thank you for all your support, and I can't thank you enough for all your positive comments. And please continue. Please like, share, comment, and of course subscribe if you haven't done so. So yeah, have fun watching the finals of Miss Universe. Is going to be November 21st, starting at 8 in the morning. That's right, 8 in the morning, Bangkok time. And people are asking, why the hell is it's going to take place at 8 in the morning in Bangkok? Why? Is it because to benefit the audience in the in the Western Hemisphere? So as I live in Boston, and Boston is about 12 hours behind Bangkok. So if it's 8 a.m. November 21st, it's going to be November 20th, okay, in Boston. Okay, so mark down your calendar. Don't confuse. There's a 12-hour difference between Boston and Bangkok. So Boston is 12 hours behind schedule, and Bangkok is 12 hours ahead of Boston. Okay. So anyway, go check the Miss Universe social media website and whatnot for more details and information. I think they're going to live stream the finals on YouTube, I believe. Telemundo is going to be the major network broadcasting the show in the Western Hemisphere, and I think they're going to live stream the entire finals, to benefit the countries outside the Western Hemisphere. But check all the information, all the details at the Miss Universe website, Facebook International, Facebook, and also the Miss Universe Thailand page. Go to the Miss Universe Thailand page for all the information. I think they're better than the Miss Universe website or social media. Yeah. So anyway, have fun again. Thank you. I love y'all. May the best girl win.